Yo, what's up guys? Welcome to another video. Fifth one of the day, that's a record for sure. Anyways, today we saw the first attack Torb in the Overwatch League. Absolutely crazy, I know, right? We're going to go in depth about it. We're going to talk about why it worked, why it didn't work, what's good about it, what was good about the LA Gladiators' response, pretty much just cover the whole thing. So we're starting off here. The Houston Outlaws, they struggled to cap first. It took them over 3 minutes to cap it. Like 45 seconds left when they got it, and then they swapped over to a Torbjorn on attack point B of Nubani. Let's go ahead and play it out now, and let's see the comp that the Houston Outlaws decide to go with. Lynxer has some pretty nutty shots here. Bing. Alright. Waiting for them to swap. And this is it. So the two changes they've made is Jake swapping over to the Torbjorn, Muma swapping over to the Risa. Everything else stays the same for the Houston Outlaws. And what this comp tells me, what they're trying to do is play around the cart. Muma swapping to Risa, that's a really good hero that can sit in a certain area where you want to hold down with those shields, shoot out your little sucky thing. Risa's just good when you want to play together. And of course, when you're running Torb, what do you want to do? You want to play together, you want to protect that turret on defense usually, but I guess this time it's going to be on the point. Now, the reason why Coolmat is staying on the D.Va is because he wants protection for his team. He wants to be able to matrix that turret. He wants to be able to matrix his teammates when they get dived, whether it's Rockus, Jake, Lynxer, Muma, whoever. It's for Peel. They need that defensive matrix. Now, the Widowmaker, this one I'm a little iffy about it. I think McCree would fit better here with the flashbang because you're kind of counter diving. It would be really good. But Widowmaker, if you can stay alive, obviously you can get a lot of damage done, which Lynxer does. He ends up picking some crucial kills up and is the main reason they get this. So, Widowmaker works as well. Of course, the Mercy is just great playing together, keeping people alive, especially with that Valk. They have the Valk, so a lot of sustain there. The res is good when you're playing together. Typically, when you're running this type of comp, you'll always be able to get a res off as long as your teammates are alive because they can keep you alive while you're doing it. So now let's look at the LA Gladiators' response. So they realize that the comp of Houston is pretty cancer, right? And we're still waiting for the Maul swap, and this is what they decide to swap to. In their heads, they're thinking, all right, get off the Mercy, go Lucio. We need speed boost, swap off of the Widowmaker, go Zarya. We need tankiness, the bubbles, build up a grab that would be good against a comp that likes to stick together. You get huge 6-man grabs. Bijou stays on the D.Va, which is really smart because D.Va's great against this comp, and self-destruct is probably one of the best things against it. They're all grouped up on the cart. What do you want to do? Throw a huge D.Va bomb on them. You'll kill everybody if that shield gets broken, or at least get a couple kills. So D.Va really is the answer, and this D.Va bomb does come into play here. They swap over to Fisher because you need some type of shield to keep your teammates alive. Orisa won't work because the shield is not mobile. You can't really move with it because you're not on attack, so you have to go the Reinhardt. And then Asher, he stays on the Tracer. Really good. You can go for flanks, try to pick people off while your tanks walk at them and you guys speed boost. And that's pretty much what we see. So let's go ahead and play this out here. So he's going to build this turret. He wants to keep it up and strong here. But there goes. Shield gets broken. What do we see? D.Va bomb as soon as they break the shield. Nowhere to go. Nowhere to go. Pretty much it. D.Va bomb is a huge counter to this comp. Luckily, Houston Outlaws, Lynxer, he was able to pick up the baby D.Va, so she wasn't able to remech. If she was able to remech, this would have been an easy team fight win for the Gladiators. They would have been up 2 people, turrets down. They're not really going to win this. And Lynxer pops off. Good pop shot there on Fisher. Finishes him off. Pretty much zoning Asher out there. They got the res off on Muma. Like I said, you can typically get a res off on this comp. It's kind of going even right now, but Lynxer's about to hit a couple shots. Boom. That was pretty much the turning point. It was pretty funny here. He whiffs his shots. Alright, so the LA Gladiators, they decide to give this up here. Houston Outlaws, they ran Torbjorn. It successfully worked, guys. The first team to ever run Torb in the Overwatch League. And it's on Nubani attack, second point, and it works. Absolutely mind-blowing, right? Now let's go ahead and take a look at why it actually worked. What are the reasons why the Houston Outlaws were able to successfully pull this off? It's crazy. And it's kind of funny. The biggest reason why it worked is because the LA Gladiators were just caught off guard. They were completely confused. They didn't know how to play against this. Right away, they decided, all right, let's go Zarya, you know, bubbles, build a grab, maybe it'll work. Reinhardt, we need some type of shield for protection. but they didn't practice this comp. They didn't know what to expect. As we saw in the team fight, they got all split off. We saw Shaz all the way over here by himself. Big Goose was over here. Tracer was in the back line. Asher. Zarya was just running around trying to get charged. Bishu was the only one who really made anything out of it. Diva Bomb is huge against that comp. I already mentioned that. That was the only reason why it was close for them. If they didn't have that Diva Bomb, LA Gladiators kind of would have got ran over. It was just really short notice for the LA Gladiators to come up with strategy to counter it. They didn't have a lot of time. And they just ended up getting bursted by Linkser, the Discords, the res was big by Bonnie. And that's pretty much it. The biggest factor was confusion and just being caught off guard here for the Houston Outlaws. Now let's go ahead and play it out and see what happens from here. There you go. Never played. What is Doa saying? What? Oh, he cracks me up. Anyways, okay, so the LA Gladiators here. This is a much better spot. See, the reason why the Torbjorn doesn't work here and is not so good here is because of this closed off area. The LA Gladiators have free reign to go behind them, which we'll see Asher do, completely pinch them. He also has a pulse bomb, and a pulse bomb is pretty good against this comp because they're clumped up. You can always get a free stick on Muma, unless it gets eaten, which you can usually play around that. So we'll go ahead and play this out. And the speed boost comes in. Right now they're about to engage. Asher, he's flanking with the pulse bomb, and they just walk into them. There's not really much room for Linkser to play around here. They get dove. Rockets gets taken out pretty easily. And yeah, this is where we end up seeing the Houston Outlaws swap off the Torbjorn. They realize you can't run anymore. If you look at this area where they were playing before, it's so open. There's so much space. Hook shots for Linkser everywhere. Torb can kite. Everybody can kite. They can fall back together. So many areas to go. But when you look at the other place, when you look at over here, when they're right under here, you just get dropped on. There's nowhere to go. You're going to get sandwiched. LA Gladiators can't engage like they do here on any other point over here. Unless they really take their... unless they really take their time and go all the way through here. So, it's not really viable to run Torb here anymore. Now, something that the Houston Outlaws could have maybe done with this comp to get it to work, something that was going in their favor is they did have a lot of armor packs at this point. So they could give Rockets that extra armor. They could give extra armor to Bonnie, Linkser. Makes it really hard for these players to get on them, kill them, and finish them. Now, positional wise, they would have definitely had a position different from where they did. They had their tanks on the cart, and then they had Linkser like sitting right here with Bonnie and Rockets. You're literally just asking to get walked on by the LA Gladiators, get flanked from up top. As we saw, Rockets got completely one-shotted. That's going to happen every time if you're Zenyatta sitting over here, unless you have Trank or something big to counter them. Now, they could have positioned their Zenyatta back here, over here maybe, just somewhere way back here with Linkser on the Widowmaker. That way, when the LA Gladiators do engage, these guys can, Muma, Jake on the cart, they can somewhat back up to maybe right here and then hold and hope that Linkser does end up popping off. They can get some good discords on the tanks, take out Surefour, maybe front lines a little bit. That could have potentially worked. It would have been much better than what they did, but there still is always that possibility of the LA Gladiators kind of letting the cart push up just a little bit more to where it gets close to that corner. And then when it gets closer to that corner, it's hard to see because we can't see that part, but they could be out of LOS from the Widowmaker and Zenyatta, and the LA Gladiators can just farm the tanks on the cart, break the shield, and force them back. So there's not too much they could have done. Maybe like play right here, just a little bit more back than what they did, but Asher's still going to be able to drop on them for free. Bishu's going to be able to fly in. Speed boost is just too strong. They don't have a counter speed, so they're going to get walked on. You kind of need Trank. So ideally, this comp is never going to work in this area. There's also nobody on the Houston Outlaws to check Asher. You kind of need a Tracer to do that. Coolmat can kind of do it, but Coolmat has a lot of jobs with that comp. He's got to protect everybody. So there's nobody really to check him. And we see the swap. Muma swaps over to Winston. Jake swaps over to the Tracer. Link swaps over to the Genji. And they go full dive. And that's pretty much it. The LA Gladiators, they end up holding this. And it's always awesome to see, you know, a team run something crazy, something unexpected, and it worked for them. It worked for them on the point they wanted to run it. I'm sure they didn't expect to be able to run it here for too long. Maybe if they snowballed it and got to this area where Surefour is standing here, if the cart was right here, it could have worked because now they have more space to work around, right? They're not really trapped in a little tunnel here where they can get pinched and flanked. So it's not the worst thing. So it wouldn't be the absolute worst, but for that spot they were in, just doesn't work out. Hopefully we see some more cool strategies like this be adopted by teams. It really does just bring the game to that next level of play. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed any of my videos today, and if you want me to keep uploading videos like this every single day, I mean, it takes a lot of time, takes a lot of effort. I'm willing to do it though. You know, I've been working on videos pretty much all day today. I've spent about 8-9 hours just editing, creating videos like this. So please let me know if you guys enjoy this, and if you want me to keep doing it, I'll do my best. As I said, I want to do more in-depth analysis things since there isn't a lot of drama. The trade deadline is over. You can't pick up any players. So there won't be too much news unless, you know, the Dallas Fuel do some crazy shit, which is always possible. You never know. So this could be the new format of the channel. Just pumping the content out like absolutely crazy. And yeah, thank you for watching, guys. I'll catch you tomorrow. Don't forget to like, subscribe, enter the giveaway. I'm out of here. Peace.